Welcome to Upgrade. I'm your host Frank the Tank, and today we're gonna bring the Osmo Mobile. So this is a really good gimbal. I saw this before. It was very expensive when it first came out. You can find these for 200 bucks or cheaper now these days. Now this is the second version, actually the third version they made, and this is a really good version I like it. So let's go ahead and open it up right in front of you guys so you can see what you guys get when you purchase this stuff and what it works for. Now this one's for mobile phones. It's not made for any of the high-end Canon cameras, but this is for phones that you're going to be using. You have it all the time, you're carrying it all the time. And they have different modes now, so you're going to take a look at it, what it's included in here. So let's go ahead and open it up. So I already removed the plastic because I don't want to go through a whole plastic thing, but this is the whole gimbal itself, what you get. And let me pull it out here. This is a nice little box. They give you information here, who makes it, DJI. So that's pretty much who creates all these great little gimbals and other objects, and remote control drones. They're well known in the industry for the camera stuff and the footage they get. Now let's go ahead and open it up on one side. So there's a little, it comes in a little black box, as you can see. Whoa, I opened up the wrong way, but the first thing came out is the manual. Make sure you consult with your manual on all these devices before you continue or before you commence with anything, because sometimes you might break them, or you're not doing the right thing, or you're not powering it up first. So let's go ahead and open it up. You get the manual here. You get the box. It's real neat. Of course, they give you these little gel things in here. The box comes real set up, real connected, real neat setup. So let's go ahead. It comes with a USB. It looks like a USB to audio connection. The battery. This is no AAA batteries or AA batteries. It's a built-in lithium batteries in here. So the gimbal is right here. The stabilizers right here. All this stuff it's all included in here. Besides, there's another little part of the box in here, but I think it's empty in the box. Well, actually, it's not empty. They give you a freaking little bag for this, all this stuff. So this is really neat. This is a plus for me. I actually like this, so I could carry it and put it in my backpack with all my camera features and stuff like that. So let's go ahead and test this sucker out, man, and see how much it widens up. So on the back of it, it opens up. In the back of it, it has a tighten, and it loosens it up for all these different kind of camera phones that you have. All these phones now. You can have a wide phone in here, a little thin phone, iPhone, Droid phone. It works on a lot of different features, different phones. So let's go ahead and stabilize and see how this works. I put the battery in there, of course. In order to charge the battery, you need to get this connection in here. And of course, I thought it was gonna have some charge, but it doesn't have any charge to it. So let's go ahead and disconnect this part of it. And this is a really unique charging way of charging these batteries. So don't lose this cable. If you lose the cable, you might have to go to the website and purchase an additional cable, because this is not a very simple to find cable where it has a USB to audio. It's one of these unique cable connections. It's a unique little item. It's a USB to audio, and of course, when you have this connection, you have to plug it in here. And this charges through either your computer or through a 5 voltage amplifier connection. There is no additional connection in here. They give you a little strap in here for it, but any other attachment for it to charge it, there's none. So what you do is you plug it in. Another day with the DJI. So now after unpacking it, I actually took a look at the system and actually started using it. So there's a couple things that you should know before you purchase this or before you even start using it. First of all, the battery, it's a unique battery. So they do sell extra batteries out there. They do sell a lot of batteries, but to charge it's unique because in front of the base, there's an audio jack. And the audio has to be connected with a USB. So USB to audio, that's how it charges the battery. Before you start even commencing to use this, you have to download the application, the DJI connection application. Now, don't get confused. It shows a drone because they're known to making drone videos, drone devices and stuff like that. But that's the application you have to draw. In fact, I'll put it up here in my corner right here. If you guys can see it right now, I'm gonna put it in where it is, what it's called, how does it look like. So you'll see the video on this side, showing and demoing where to download. They do have it for the Apple at the Apple Store, and they do have it at the Google Store. So you need to download these applications before you even start commencing this. Now, when you download the application itself, you have to have it Bluetooth enabled in here before you even commence here. So once you enable the Bluetooth and you set it up, you have to actually find it in this system. It's a little tricky. It took me maybe a couple of reads to get out there, because a couple of sites to just look at, but this is one of the things I found out. You have to enable a couple of things on Bluetooth. So when you start, if you want to videotape here, you got to enable the mic to videotape through the Bluetooth device, because this one, let me show you a little bit more in depth here. On this part, there's a remote control here. This little dial actually moves left and right, up and down. It kind of tilts for you. And here it kind of releases the back end, the trigger guard releases, so you could be mobile free. And if you want to lock it in, just let go of that and it locks in. And now in order to move left and right, you will have to use this little knob here on the front. And it's funny because it took me a while to try to get used to it. Now the big button in the bottom is for photographs. You can take pictures there, instantly take a picture. Now the red dot one, it's actually to start recording, so you can record. So not only are you gonna have the controllers in here, but you also have them on the phone too. Don't just forget, but it's best if you have them in here. Now, if you see it, it's not enabled right now. It's turned off completely. Now, there is a dial in the back, and I'm actually using a Samsung Galaxy Note 8. It's the biggest phone there is right now. It's pretty big, and it fits pretty well. Now, it doesn't grab any of the phone buttons, so it slides in perfectly fine in here. So let me see if I could grab this. So the phone slides in, and it could be any size of the phone. If you notice, this is a pretty big phone. So once it locks in, you actually have, there's a knob in the back that you have to lock it in. You lock it in and make sure it's well secure in there. Once it locks in, it's pretty stable in there. And not only that, it also, there's another knob in here in the side of it right here, where you can actually knob it and stretch it out even a little longer. This is the longest it goes on 8 Galaxy Note, and I had to stretch it out. So this is the longest. So right now it's pretty much dead. You can see it, it's not even on. But as soon as you wake it up, you hold down the button and it stabilizes. And it's pretty neat how it stabilizes, because and like I said, the control, this is the control where you want it tilt up and down. See the cameras up and down, tilt left and right. So this is the actual control. Now, if you want to release it, the lock, you just hit this button and it releases. So it's right now, it's unstable. So if I let it go, it stays up like that. So anywhere I move, it stabilizes. Anywhere I move, it stabilizes. So I'm gonna bring it back here, and I'm gonna stabilize it right here, let it go, and it automatically locks in. And now it takes a while to tilt with it, because it's not a fast motors that they have in there, but it's good enough when you're running, you're jogging, or you're trying to take a picture or video of something, certain thing. It's a really neat device. Now, like I said, the Bluetooth is enabled, the blue light is on, the power light is on in here. There's a button for taking pictures. You can take pictures here. It takes a picture automatically. Before you do, I gotta let you know that you gotta make sure your phone is unlocked. Your phone has to be unlocked in order to take a picture. So DJI has an application too. I forgot to mention that. It has an application that you could edit, you could trim down the videos, you could do all sorts of little things in their own application, because it's also used not just for the camera feature, but it's also used for the drone feature. And this is perfect if you're on the road and stuff like that. You could just get your videos, trim them down, and send them up, upload them if you want. Now, let me show you something about this. Now, it automatically trains itself, so when you hit the record button, it starts recording, automatically starts recording. And you could hear a little beep sound when it starts recording. And you could hear a little beep sound when it turns off. Now, on the recording part, it's a little difficult. Try to get used to it, because when you first start it asks you for a permission on your mic with the Bluetooth. You have to enable that. You got to find it under your settings. I'm not going to show you that, because that's something you could search and research yourself, or it'll automatically take you to the actual site where you have to hit enable the security feature. Now, the pictures, automatically. Take a picture here, push of a button, ready to go instantly. Demo some devices or something, you could actually stand something still and move along with it. It's pretty neat. Now, running, it was another thing I saw, so I'm actually going to show you some footage. So this is a footage of my dog and I running in the background, and I'm gonna put the audio and everything so you guys can check and look at it, and let me know what you guys think. Go. Stay back, go. Back, come on. Come on, old dog. Come on, old dog. Hold on, come on. Oh, come on, look at it. Come on. What? You're tired already? Now, this neat device, it's highly recommended if you're going to be on the crowds, if you're going to be moving around, if it's a moving race or something. It's good to have this, but it's not to use for everyday activities. It's not something I would use constantly. It would just use for special occasions, maybe on like I said, in events where I'm running, I'm moving around, and I want to record that feature where I'm actually going through the crowds, or I'm running a marathon, or somewhere I'm chasing somebody or recording somebody. On a movement, I would probably use this device, but overall, it's not for like a daily device usage. You know, I'm not gonna get up in the morning and put my phone in here, because another thing I forgot to mention, you have to take off your cases because it doesn't fit perfectly with the cases on there. And that was a problem I had, because in case if this phone falls, it shatters the glass if something happens with it. So that's another thing I didn't like about that. But other than that, it's a great device, but not recommended for everybody. Like I say, if you're like a photographer or videotape guy, this is perfect. This is something you wanted to use, and it's stabilized. I like the stabilizers, and you could feel it, you could see it. Now, cameras these days have it built in, but this is a step up. I mean, if you're stabilizing in the video itself and then plus the device, it's a plus. It's a win-win situation. So if you guys like everything you guys see in here, let me know. I'm gonna bring more stuff for this year, and let me know what you guys think and any comments in it. If you like it, give it a thumbs up, and make sure you put that little bell so you can see anything that I bring up in here and talk about it. And don't forget to subscribe to Upgrade. I'm your host, Frank the Tank, out.